appears to be the second position. That's the Delaware restart. The second place car gets the choice. The lead car stays on the point by himself and stays with the clean air, Matt.
And you wonder, is that an offensive move or a defensive move for Markham? Because we saw him on the bottom to the middle portion of the racetrack for most of this one. But Hornicle in there in the third spot's been right up on the high side, so maybe Markham's trying to block him.
Hornicle tightening up alongside Markham. The General George Lee out of Loudonville, Ohio. Off and running. 24 down, 16 laps to go here tonight at Hilltop.
Look at Hornicle on the inside. It looks like he's going to get around Markham for second. Well, not so fast. Here comes Markham back on the outside.
Dead even door to door. Hornicle now finds his nose with the nudge. Gets ahead and takes the second spot away from Ryan Markham. Markham, could it be that his tires with all these cautions might be sealing over right now, Matt?
Yeah, you put that many heat cycles on a set of tires, and especially under caution, we could pick up some debris. They could seal over, and he is headed backwards, and to say the least right now. He just dropped the anchor on that number 5 machine.
All right, so Stiles has worked his way to the front now ahead of Ryan Markham. So look at the cat out of Charleroi, Pennsylvania, making a statement for the Keystone State here.
He started all the way back in 14th, so he is moved his way to the front in a hurry. Great run for Scott Stiles in that 2S machine. Now he's coming to the inside of Hornicle for second.
Where did Scott Stiles come from? He told us earlier in the pits this evening, Matt, I will see you in victory lane. I don't think he was kidding.
Yeah, right now he's making good on that statement. Only a few spots away from making good on that promise as he continues to dig hard on the inside. Hornicle right up there against the outside wall. That's where he's been comfortable all night. Great racing at Hilltop Speedway.
Out of nowhere from Charleroi, Pennsylvania, Scotty Stiles in the 2S has moved his way up alongside Dave Hornicle. He takes the second spot away. How about Scott Stiles seemingly coming out of nowhere?
I think he is the fastest car on the racetrack right now, DC, and now that he's been able to distance himself, at least by about a car length or so of Hornicle, we'll see if he can reel in your race leader. But just as I say that, Hornicle's really giving it all he has up on the outside, not letting Stiles get away.
Hornicle continues to operate on the top side of the track, but Scott Stiles has found something down low, and there goes the General George Lee.
And Lee leading the race, but not really getting away from this battle for second. Stiles only about 5 car lengths back. It looks like Lee might have been set, ready to run off into the sunset, but Stiles going to try to give him one last charge here as we head to the final stages of this race.
32 laps down, 8 laps to go for the General George Lee, but lurking in his rearview mirror, it's Scotty Stiles trying to make a statement here tonight. Nobody knows anything about him, but here he is trying to make a run at the General George Lee.
And I think Stiles is reeling him in. It really looks like he's starting to gain something with that low line.
How often does somebody come in from another state and figure out a track that belongs to what would seem to be George Lee?
Yeah, this is George Lee's playground here in Millersburg, Ohio. He's scored so many checkered flags here through the years. He's a 2-time track champion, the only guy that can claim that. But Scott Stiles right now giving him everything he can handle, even though Lee may not know that a few lengths ahead of him.
Well, Scott Stiles has the benefit of lap traffic ahead of him. 5 laps to go, though. He might be running out of time, so Stiles needs to show his hand right now.
He doesn't just have the benefit of lap traffic, but he might have the benefit of surprise with Lee not knowing exactly what line Stiles is going to attack from.
You're better off if you're Scott Stiles in this position, Matt Noonan.
We'll see, but now it looks like lap traffic might get in his way. He might have to adjust his line a little bit if he wants to catch up to Lee, who's running up on the outside.
We're coming up on the final couple laps of this A-Main tonight. It's been a good one at Hilltop. Finally some green flag racing. The General George Lee, just after the halfway point, took it away from flying Ryan Markham, but out of nowhere, Scotty Stiles out of Charleroi, Pennsylvania, has found his way to the back end of the General George Lee. And Scott Stiles has finally broken through. He's right there on the rear deck lid. Here is the white flag for the General George Lee. One last shot for Scotty Stiles. This is it. One more time down the back chute. Lee in front looking for win number 17. White flag, and now the checkered flag falls for the General George Lee out of Loudonville, Ohio. Incredible race as Matt Noonan will head down to victory lane. What a race. George Lee finally breaks through in that 61 machine. past the halfway point. Got a challenge from Scotty Stiles, a good one at that, but the General not to be denied on his home turf. Back with Victor Lane in a minute here tonight from Hilltop.
Callies Performance Products, the home of America's #1 racing crankshafts and ultra connecting rods, is a proud sponsor of this event's coverage. At Callies, American craftsmanship is put to work every day, producing the best engine components available through the use of superior materials and technology. Your crankshaft and connecting rod needs can often be met immediately from our large selection of finished, ready-to-ship inventory.
Back at Hilltop, where we've just witnessed an incredible 40 laps of dirt track racing. The General George Lee up on the car, $5,000 richer, 17th career win. Matt Noonan is live with it now.
A little bit of an ovation from the crowd, to say the least. The two-time Hilltop Speedway track champion George Lee comes home with the win. And George, how about that race out there? We saw you running in about the 5th or 6th in the early portion of the race. You had a quick car, but man, there's some tight traffic out there. You had to have some patience, and that's what proved to be the winning performance for you tonight.
Like we talked earlier tonight, it takes patience. And said a quick prayer and said, God, just let me finish and run good and have the holes open up. I just got to thank God for the results. I mean, it's just great. Rick, the owner of the 61 cars, with us tonight. And good job, buddy. That's just wonderful.
Wonderful is an understatement, to say the least. But talk about your race out there. I mean, we saw you run it up high where you like it. We saw you down low in the middle. What a surface out here tonight at Hilltop Speedway.
I tell you, Jesse's really put his heart into this place. And all the people up there just supporting us week in and week out. I mean, it's just wonderful. I knew when I pulled out right after the start of that race we had a good car. And I just had to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and the 71 was holding me up a little bit, and I got that restart on the inside, and I thought, I don't know about this, because I'm usually pretty good up on top, and it stuck in good. We had that caution, and I had the confidence to stick it in again, and that's it, guys. How about that, Hilltop?
How about that, Hilltop? One of the biggest hearts in racing from Loudville, Ohio, the General George Lee wears his heart on his sleeve. 17th career win at Hilltop, $5,000 richer with his owner there. Big night at Hilltop. We're back to wrap it up after this.
Get over here, please.
The facilities at University of Northwestern Ohio were amazing, really.
I've had more hands-on than I've had my entire life.
The instructors that I had were very knowledgeable. They gave me a lot of great advice, and they were there for me as instructors and also as friends.
They're always looking to better your education. It's a great school.
Fun time, great teachers, great experience. Probably the best decision of my life to come down.
I had nothing but good things to say about this school, and UNOH helped me make my dreams come true.
Callies Performance Products, the home of America's #1 racing crankshafts and ultra connecting rods, is a proud sponsor of this event's coverage. At Callies, American craftsmanship is put to work every day, producing the best engine components available through the use of superior materials and technology. Your crankshaft and connecting rod needs can often be met immediately from our large selection of finished, ready-to-ship inventory.
It has been an incredible night of racing here at Hilltop Speedway, with the General George Lee picking up win number 17 of his career. Got some good ones coming your way down the line in 2012. And you can find out where we're going to be at allstarlatemodels.com online. On behalf of Matt Noonan and Owen Fritz, I'm DC Bash. Again, your winner from Hilltop, George Lee. Good night, everybody.